Alright then guys, how's it going? It's JTJudgment here and welcome back to another FIFA 16 Legend review in Ultimate Team. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 89 rated centre attacking midfielder, or at least that's where I played him guys, Micheal Laudrup. But before I get into it, I want to say a massive thank you and give a massive shout out to the boy that was nice enough to let me use his account to do this review. It's the same guy that let me use Pele. As always, a link is going to be down below in the description. If you head on over to his account, said a massive thank you, showed some support guys, I'd really appreciate it. That would be absolutely insane. Also in the description down below you will find a link to cdkeys.com if any of you guys are looking to buy some PSN codes, some MSP codes, as well as some cheap PC games. Then check them out. They got some of the best prices around, I can guarantee. So Micheal Laudrup, I gotta say, ever since he was introduced into Ultimate Team back in FIFA 15, I think it was. I don't think he had a card in FIFA 14, but don't quote me on that, guys. I'm pretty sure, actually, now thinking of it, it was introduced in FIFA 15. And I gotta say, he was absolutely fantastic. If you go back and see my review when I released it last year, you will know what I think about him. I can remember because, you know, certain players stick in your mind, you know, and Micheal Laudrup for me was one of those players back in FIFA 15. Absolutely loved using him. FIFA 16 has come round now, guys, and obviously I've had the chance to use him yet again, and I've got to say, wow, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed using him, guys. Yet again, he was an absolute pleasure to use, an absolute beast. And seeing as I was using him, you know, in the same team as Pele, who, you know, he outranks him in stats, he looks so much better. You'd think that Pele would really outshine him, and Micheal Laudrup really wouldn't get the chance to do anything special in the team. But that wasn't the case for me, guys. You know, even though he had Pele in the team with him, Micheal Laudrup was still able to score me some fantastic goals and produce some moments of magic by himself, as you will see from the goals, guys. Smashing them in from outside the box. That's one thing that I saw with and felt with Micheal Laudrup last year. His shooting stat on the card is only 73 this year. I'm not 100% sure if it's changed from last year, but I know it's in the low 70s. But in game, his shooting, especially with his right foot, is absolutely ridiculous from outside the box, as well as his finishing inside the box. I don't know what EA have done with his shooting stats in game, but they're low, but they're not actually, you know, really bad in game. You know, he completely outperforms those stats. So if that's something that is in the back of your mind thinking, I'm not going to be buying Micheal Laudrup anytime soon because his shooting stats are terrible, just don't think about it, guys. Look at the goals that he scored for me. He is capable of scoring some absolutely fantastic screamers. Now, when it comes to pace with Micheal Laudrup in this game, guys, I've got to say that it was okay. You know, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't fantastic. His acceleration wasn't the greatest. When he hit his top sprint speed, I guess it was decent, but then again, the way pace works in this game, I'm really not a fan of it. He was caught up by a couple of centre-backs that, in all honesty, well, in my opinion, he should have outpaced very, very easily. So I guess it comes down to personal preference there, guys. I mean, 85 pace on the card, he didn't quite feel that fast for me, but his pace was still decent to use in-game, you know? Moving on to his dribbling now, guys, and whenever you use a player with 89 dribbling, you pretty much know he's going to be fantastic in the game, you know, unless you come across that rare player where he completely underperforms in that area, which unfortunately some players do. But Micheal Laudrup for me definitely was not one of those players. You know, 89 dribbling on the card, he felt like it in game, dribbling in and out of defenses through teams, creating space was fairly easy to do with this card, and especially the creating space part, you know, being able to launch a shot from outside the box, seeing if I can score some absolute screamers, and thankfully most of the time while using this card they hit the back of the net, so that really did make me enjoy using them that much more. His passing for me was absolutely insane as well. He did manage to create a lot of opportunities, especially for Pele. That is what I tried doing with him from the very start. Instead of just passing the ball to Micheal Laudrup, I wanted to see what his assisting ability is like, and he managed to set up a load of opportunities for Pele for me, guys. So 87 passing on the card, I have to agree with that stat. Aerial ability for me was fine as well. Now that was a bit of a surprise because I wasn't exactly expecting him to be good in the air, but he did manage to get his head to the ball on quite a few of the crosses that I did whip into the box, so that was nice to see. His weak foot for me was very, very reliable as well, which was a bit of a surprise seeing as he only has 3-star. Now when I use a player with 3-star, I tend to, you know, expect them to be a little inconsistent in that area, but Micheal Laudrup proved me wrong, and he was a pleasure to use, shooting from outside outside the box and finishing as well, obviously inside the box with either foot. Absolutely fantastic, no problems with this card. He's also got the 4-star skills to make him that much more enjoyable to use, especially if you are a skiller in this game. Now, when it comes to his weaknesses, the only ones that I really need to mention, guys, is that his strength isn't the greatest. He does get muscled off the ball very, very easily, and his positioning for me was very inconsistent. Now, Micheal Laudrup does have high attacking work rate and medium defensive, guys, but in-game for me, he sometimes he felt like he had low, sometimes he felt like he had high. He was all over the place. I felt myself, you know, thinking to myself, where the hell is Laudrup? You know, I was passing all around the pitch, trying to find him to see if I can, you know, do something with him, go on a skill run, shoot from a distance, just anything, you know, do something, and I really struggled to find him on many occasions, guys. So those are something to keep in mind when buying this card, because for me, they were something that really did stick out, and I had to put them, guys, as a weakness. But regardless of those weaknesses, I really did have a blast using this card. I've got to give him a final score of nothing less than 9.6. Guys, if you've got the coins to pick him up, then I highly recommend it. As a centre attacking midfielder, he will do the job pretty awesomely. If you do decide to pick him up, guys, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your experience with him and whether or not you like him or hate him. That right there, guys, is going to wrap up my Micheal Laudrup review in FIFA 16 Ultimate Team. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button down below. All the support on these videos, guys, I can't say it enough. It is greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more content to come from myself very soon, and as always, guys, most importantly, please take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.